Lexi, the woman that I told you that I've been coaching out of suicide for a year and a half, or whatever.
Oh, okay,
She's the one
okay.
that you guys were praying for that time when she had a heart. She had 3 heart transplants, three
Okay.
of them. That's
All right.
insanity. Anyway, so yeah,
Thank you for the
I
refresher.
thought she was dead.
All right, and
I
we
thought
are
she was dead
live.
from. Oh, okay, lovely.
So we can be heard. Excellent. Atomic Hero Squad is in the house. Welcome, welcome.
Atomic. Woo.
Hola, Atomic.
Okay.
And let me check. Where's my Discord? There it is. General pin.
I'm not on video yet. Obviously.
Correct. I did not see you on video yet.
Yep.
All right. Let's see if this is going to work for us tonight. Talked to Samantha earlier today, so
Yeah, she gonna be here.
Dendron should be here.
Awesome. So, Bobby, you're on camera today.
Who? What?
Are you on camera today?
I can. I cannot run Discord and my camera off the same computer.
Ah, woman. If you
It
tried
it says FU.
did you try the new router that your husband got? You run the
No,
hardline, man. It's supposed to be fast.
I'm assuming that it's just because. Well,
Awesome.
okay. I'm on a splitter down here, so I've got 2 different computers. I run gaming off my Fantasy Grounds off one, and my
Yeah.
Discord off the other. But the other one
Okay.
is so ancient that I think it's just the computer itself. Just can't handle that much information at one time.
Oh, okay. It's really cheap nowadays too, especially for something that's a little bit older.
So Gojo paying back for me startling him today. He startled me with the
I heard that.
With the subscription. Appreciate it. 15 months. Awesome. Awesome. Appreciate it very much. Yep. He says, wake up. Yes. I'm awake.
Wow.
Right, so let's see. Ooh, doing a little bit of I always forget this guy's name, but wow. Very cool. All right. So I'm just fixing the look of the stream because there we go. We need to bring it in a little bit.
There'll be nobody else on the camera, or no?
Where did you put that link for the ninja thing in Discord? What
General
chat channel was it on? Was it?
So go to the general chat and then go to the pin up top, and then that'll.
How about in Discord?
Yes, the general.
I can't see pins on my mobile app.
General, where's General?
What? All right. Well, it's from.
It's General. Where do I find General?
The.
Okay, I see the 3 things.
The chat. There it is. Okay.
Open chat.
So.
No. Oh, hang on. Nope. Found how to get there.
Okay.
Got it. No, that's the Sirenscape.
The text. Yeah.
Welcome to the spin zone.
Oh, you're talking about trying to do your camera?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's sorry, I thought that's what you meant. So that's in notes.
Camera.
Under player, in notes, it says cameras.
What? Under notes in Discord?
No, on
Soundscape.
On Fantasy Grounds. In notes, under player.
Oh, I'm gonna have to hand type that BS.
What do you expect?
It's also in.
He's lazy. He doesn't do anything for us.
I thought you had it in Discord.
I do. It's in.
Thank you. That's the one I'm asking for. Is Discord.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the sound stuff.
Dead Sons.
Dead Sons.
link and then pin.
Okay.
There's welcome to the Sven Zone, but there's no picture here, man. You gotta fix that.
There we go.
What are you talking about?
Think about in Discord. I clicked on your thing and it says welcome to the Sven Zone. It's your profile. This is the start
Okay.
of the Sven Zone channel. Da, 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 da.
Very well. I don't know what you're talking about, so
Okay, that's
there
fine.
is no.
I may have started a page for you and you have it running right now.
Okay, could be.
All right, what am I doing here? I'm going to...
Shame.
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 That's right.
Shame.
So Gojo playing
Oh,
the
look, there I
shame.
am.
All right, so now I've got that. Okay, so let me go ahead and get click, click. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about last week. So for each
A long time ago.
if you get a question correct, then you will be allowed to have a plus 15 to any roll tonight.
Wow. It's amazing.
Has to be said before you roll.
Okay.
All right, this is
So I'm not on camera.
Dawn of Flame.
So tell me if I'm not going to be on camera so I can know I'm not going to be on camera.
You
I'm on
should be
camera
on
now.
camera.
Not on the Twitch.
Okay,
I'm on the other thing.
There we go.
So I will be shutting
You're on
off
camera
and
now.
on the camera and stuff. So just keep that in mind tonight.
Okay.
What? Huh?
I will be shutting my camera and stuff on and off all night tonight. So just let you know.
Okay.
So you're not surprised.
All right, so Sven Gal, you have, yes, there it is. Okay. Well, let's get you over to this screen. And get you turned on, Roberta. Boink. There we go. Yay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, and it looks like Mantha has connected to Fantasy Grounds.
Woohoo!
It took 8 for the computer to set up, so fine.
All right, so last week a bunch of stuff happened.
Sure. I do it. No idea what it is.
Message
Let's
of the
ask
day
questions
is
about
not
coffee.
correct, so we're just going to make that go away. Pretend it's not there.
Okay.
So we will minimize this. Right click and go here to minimize for the map. So we're going to go left to right. We'll start with Zarel. Last week you had returned the control panel and the hologram who was in charge of keeping track of everything and was Ostef, her name was. Her and her companion have been put themselves into the computer system as holograms so that they could, because their finite bodies were running out, so they put themselves into the computer system so they could remain guardians of the gate of the 12 suns pretty much forever, as long as these computer systems held out. So she, Ostef, opened up the gate and was able to start the process of getting the stowage generator when she noticed that a lot of the circuitry had been, despite the upkeep, several of them had been ruined over time. So, what was her answer? How was she able to overcome that issue and open the gate and get it opened and stay opened and long enough for the stellar degenerator to come out?
Well, in essence, her essence, so to speak, she shared it. She shared her essence with all of the systems that would technically open and allow the distiller generator to come in. But once she does that, she is no longer.
She sacrificed herself, basically.
Yes, yeah.
Correct. Very good. And Reno,
Yes.
you all had determined that one way to possibly destroy the stellar degenerator was to try and pilot the stellar degenerator into one of the 12 suns.
Right.
This would more than likely cause a massive reaction and destroy this entire solar system because it would unbalance the gravitational pulls and the magic and technological
Right.
balance that they have, the recipe they made, and
Right.
would throw it into chaos. And so there's no way the person who was piloting the stellar degenerator would survive this. Who was it that
Right.
offered themselves as the pilot to do this?
Oh, I don't know her name.
It was a member of your party.
Oh, Bobby. She offered. I mean, I'm sorry, Zarel, which I disagree with. I don't think she should, but whatever.
Correct.
Sorrel has a way out.
However, as the gate, the rift opened up in the sky, and the stellar degenerator was visible beyond the gate, slowly started to make its way out.
Right.
Something major happened. What is it that happened, Mantha?
Like I think they're an Eoxian fleet. Just kind of showed up, and I guess they're also going for the Stellar Degenerator.
Correct. So, just when you finished getting rid of the cultists who had taken over and were trying to grab the stellar degenerator, now you had this corpse fleet to worry about. I am looking for, here it is. Nope. All right, and for a bonus roll, can any of you tell me the name of the massive ship that is being controlled by the Eoxian fleet? The huge, massive one.
Dang it, I
No,
didn't
I can't
study
think
for
of.
this one.
Yeah, no, I didn't save the image, so no, I can't tell you.
And it is called a ship of the line, by the way.
The actual full name of it. I mean, the
That's
actual
the style of ship.
name of it. Yeah.
So it's not a cruiser or medium or
Okay.
freighter. It's a ship of the line.
Know what that
And we
means.
will learn more about those after the fight,
I I swear I remember
presuming
that the
everybody
name
doesn't die.
was like on theme with like Eoxian stuff. It was like Bone Render or something like that. I remember it was like thematically appropriate though.
All right, I'm trying to find the picture. So the name of the ship is the title of this book, and the title of the stream is The Throne of Bones.
Ah, that was it.
All right, so I'm going to look at one other place. It should be right here under the part 1. And it is not. Sad day. Okay. Nope. All right, moving on. We will worry about that at another time. All right, so let's open up the map. So I was messing around, had to do some other things, so I moved you all.
Notice
So
that.
you can, let me go ahead and share the map. There we go. If you would put yourselves where you were, Dendron, if I'm not mistaken, was sort of down into the trees.
I think really I'm pretty much where I was already.
One of you, a couple of you were moving up into
I
this
was in
area.
the woods and stuff. I had my peoples too, like reaches, like reaches.
I think Zerail might have been in the bushes with me.
I wasn't in the bushes.
You weren't in them, you were around them. I
Like I
think.
said, I think I'm pretty much close to where I was already.
Fine.
Oh, I do have the means of finding out, so
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we can
there's.
do that.
special.
Come on. There we go.
Oh, that's good.
Just fixing it for the stream. Pulling up a combat tracker. There we go.
Becca.
Alright, so here is this. Here is Dead Sons. Okay, it wasn't saved in Discord, so give me just a moment. And I'll get it fixed. I was busy preparing for other things and didn't realize until too late that I had moved the tokens. My videos. I apologize for not having this ready. So,
I doubt anybody here is holding that against you.
I might.
Never know.
do you guys
You
want
never
to
know.
tell Mantha what her bonus is for getting the question correct?
Your bonus is 15 points added to any roll. You have to say it before you roll.
I can't see where I'm at.
Damn it. Damn it.
What?
Oh, I
Hold
am
on
in
a
the
minute.
bushes.
Did I?
Okay, so I need to be right here.
Pushing my computer to the limit.
Yeah, you enjoying this faster stuff? It's a fancy stuff.
Yes, the XP8 is nice. It is a nice
So right here.
You're saying your hardware, like
machine.
what kind of differences are you getting in terms of speed and stuff? You know?
No,
I'm
I
putting
don't
people
worry about that type of
where I
stuff.
saw them. That's where me
Yeah.
and Nosy are, based on last week's video. I'm
Okay.
trying to see where everybody else is.
Oh, it might not have been Zarel in the bushes. It looked like Serena might have been in there with me. She's
Alright, so it is
targeting
book
the dude
one.
that I'm next to.
Okay, my
Yeah,
bad.
I'm not seeing. Hold on a second.
For some reason, do I have the stream correct? Let's see.
I can't get this to
I've got to
magnify.
move this.
How do I get YouTube to
Book
magnify? I
two.
can't
It
see
is
this
right.
picture.
Okay.
I just Alt or Command plus.
Oh, here we go. All right, who is that? Yeah, you guys are in the bushes to the left. All right,
Ooh,
I see it.
wrong button.
I
Wrong
see
button.
it. Shush. Go away.
There
All
we go.
right. Oh no, that's
Serena
not
is
them.
over there. Where are you again?
And around them. Alright,
That's not
so
Serena.
Where's
Nosy,
Dendron again?
Zarel is going to get some
Pretty
love from
sure
the other side.
Dendron is like right there.
Yeah,
Or where it
whatever.
is right now? Yeah, because I mean, yeah,
I'm
I'm sorry.
pretty sure
Dark
that
slam
is where
to
I
show
remember
up
them being.
tonight.
So
See the
Yes,
giant
I agree.
fleet show up.
Did you
So
say
I
something
have
about
it.
Serena was with you?
Yeah, Serena.
Is with
Dendron is where Serena
Dendron.
was. Dendron is there. Serena is here.
ah,
Okay, very good. Voila.
Yep. And
Sand is clear.
beautiful.
these two are correct. Fievel is over here. So you do not have your summoned creatures. That was the week before. I mean, that was last week, but it was the fight before.
Hmm.
Week before the week before. Okay. All right. So let's see. I have anything left.
Cancel. Shut. All right. Thank you for your help. I appreciate
Oh,
that,
awesome.
Roberta.
We got a long rest.
All
Oh
right,
my
so
god.
You're welcome. It just
we
seemed
are
like it would be faster for me to just pull up the YouTube video from last week. So,
Honestly,
right.
it wasn't a bad idea.
I was just confused because I thought we were on chapter 3 when we're actually only on chapter 2. So last week was chapter 1. Um, so I just spent more time looking for it when I didn't need to. We had it the whole time. All right, so Fievel is going to. Let me pull him
this
up over
is
here.
why I'm the secretary and you're the DM. Hint, hint. Um,
Yoink. Let's go over here. Actions. All right, so Fievel is going to. This thing is up in the air, 5 feet up. Um, so Fievel's just going to shoot him. He's a sniper anyway, so I'm going to use his coil. He's got him targeted. He's going to take a full action and shoot him twice. Nice. Second shot.
Too bad, not too bad. Actually, it really sucked, but I'm just being positive.
Also hits. Alright, so 2 shots into this Marine. And he's going to have to reload next round. There we go. Alright, so he's done. Nosy.
Unless you go to summon creature. I'm gonna do 3 of them in level 3. And okay,
All right.
I think I'm gonna go with the I don't
You start
which ones I
casting a
have.
spell, and
Yes.
that'll
1 turn cast a
come to
spell.
place, come into place next round. So
Yes.
Serena.
But
Actually, it's not. It's not Serena yet. It is one of the Marines. All right, so he's taking a shot at. He was shooting at Zarel. I mean at Serena, but she's in bushes now,
oh,
so
what the
he's
hell
just.
happened? Did you never mind. Sorry, my mistake.
So instead of shooting at Serena, he's going to shift his sight over to Zarel. He has a clear shot on her. Has a hit. Little bit of damage.
Which one
As
was it
is
that just shot at me?
this guy down here.
Oh, way down there. Okay.
All right,
Oh,
and so the one directly to your east is actually shooting at 5 as these acid darts come shooting out. That should be a miss. Yep, that's a miss. So now it's Serena.
how many enemies are we counting? So okay.
8.
Sorry. Yeah, all right. So I think they got it covered. I think I'm gonna go in and get these 2 coming in towards us here. So I'm not on target. No, that's not target. All right, so I'm gonna do a trick attack and move, and then I'm going to
So this one is that you're engaged with is
oh, this one I engaged with. Okay, my mistake. I thought my mistake.
on the ground with you guys.
Yes, my mistake again. Not working. Targeted yet. For Christ's sake. Nope. Okay, that targeted yet? Where's my person? There he is. There she is right there. And
You're
it
targeting 5
is
right now.
yes, that's not good.
I mean, it is if you want to shoot them.
I prefer not to, thank you. Okay. So I forget if I must be using my solar blade, right? So I can do a trick attack, right? I can do that without hindrance because of the forest, whatever.
Correct.
Awesome. Let's do this. Okay, I'm gonna go use. Come on, baby, come on. Is it in?
The hell is that?
What's what?
So
What did I
you
get? I can't see it.
succeeded on your.
Emergency alert. Sorry, something going on
Yeah.
behind me.
You
Oh, I
succeeded on your
succeeded. Okay,
alert.
cool. Okay, okay. Off target means that that they can't hit well, correct?
Yes.
No, it's off target.
No. Off target means you can hit them easier. Yeah, I'm sorry. Off target means they can't hit. Flat-footed means you can hit them easier. So what you
Right.
said is
I want
correct.
them to
Yep.
be off target. Oh, okay, very good. I did that. Here we go. Bam. Come on, baby. Lay it on me. Oh. Do I have a second move for her or no? Bonus action? I don't think I do, right?
No, if you take a full, you can use your full action to attack twice, but it's a -4 if you do.
Okay, but I haven't moved, so can I use a move action to take another
Your
strike or
trick
not?
attack is your move action.
Okay, cool. I guess that's it for me. Okay.
All right. So the guy to the east Gonna take a shot at Dendron. He's gonna have a minus to hit. So he has partial cover. Oh, his rifle was broke. So he is actually going to come down 10 feet. His speed is that. So they are not the fastest things in the world, as he's working his way through the plants and such.
Spell.
Not very stealthy at all. This one is also targeting Zerael.
Dude.
She has partial cover.
Things are not gonna be easy.
16 on the dice is a hit though, as his acid dart slams into you.
Oof.
Does a bit more damage than the last one. It burns across your armor. Alright, so the one standing next to Serena is gonna. He's got this gauntlet. Yeah, it has little sparks coming from it as he tries to punch you with it.
He is also staggered and flat-footed. He has lots of effects on him right now.
Alright, so 12 on a dice is a miss. As this thing swings past you and you hear it crackling as he misses.
Okay, sorry. Can you explain? I'm still new. I forgot. What the effects staggered and flat-footed do?
The opposite of what you think. Whatever it is, it's opposite.
Wow. Thanks.
Yeah, the
So
flat-footed
flat.
means.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. All you.
So flat-footed, they have a -2 to armor class, and they cannot take reactions or make attack of opportunities. This happens during a surprise round, or in certain times there's it can be applied to you for whatever reason. In this case, her trick attack confuses them, and so they end up thinking she's going to be in one place and is now in another. So it gives them the flat-footed condition. And the staggered condition gives you can only take a single move or standard action each round. You cannot take reactions, um, but you can take swift actions.
Okay. Thank you for going over that again.
At least it wasn't always me doing it, so I'm happy.
Alright, so now it is, and by the way, that is a savable list. Drag the piezo symbol down to your
Conditions. I think I already have all that stuff. Let's see what I get.
hotkeys. You can save it. Of course, feet 9. Where'd he
Conditions.
go? Where'd he go? There he is. Alright, so he is targeting Zerael.
The hell's wrong with these people?
They just hate you in particular.
I guess.
8 on the dice is a miss.
Oh,
Alright, and the one right by Fivel, he doesn't like him being shot at, but he's going to, what does this do? Okay, he's going to take a full action. And take a shot at him. So 2 shots. What just happened? Oh, Oh, I had a bunch of people. He threw a grenade last time.
Mhm.
Oh man.
So click, clear targets. Try that again. Come on. There we go. 12 is a miss. Second shot. 8, also a miss. Alright. These guys are not averaging very well. Dendron, your go.
Okay. Um, I sorry. Think this guy to the left just attacked me. If I remember correctly. Um, so I think
He was going
Dendron's.
to, but he couldn't get close enough.
Ah, gotcha. Um, okay. Yeah, Dendron's like, yeah, Serena has the other guy under control.
Indeed.
And so they're going to go ahead and um, sorry, they're going to go ahead and use their breezeway on them. Uh, got them
So he has
targeted.
partial cover. So
Okay.
just click the P cover button.
Yeah, but
Okay. Oof. That's probably not gonna hit.
No, 3 on the dice is not going to do it.
Yeah, I figured.
As
Uh,
these bushes blow in
three.
the wind and freeze up and crackle. There's frost all around them.
and I think hmm, I think they're going to go ahead and move, and the tokens are not at all locked. If that is something you want to do.
Go ahead.
Okay. Actually, the other guy was up in a tree, so maybe Dendron's gonna do that too. So this guy can't come up and whack me. Yeah, so I think Dendron's actually going to go what's their speed when flying? They're going to go like up 15 feet and then here. So let me remember what the button is to go.
All right, so give me a percentile.
Oh shit.
It's Alt.
It's alt. Percentile. Okay.
Where do I find the link to get to the manuals and stuff? That
So
library.
under Library, you click Modules,
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
and
Got it.
then click the
Thanks.
one you want and click Reference Manual.
Sorry, Fantasy Grounds is trying to crash right now. So give me
Oh,
a minute.
special.
I'm so sad because
There's,
I had the
there's no
percentile
such
in
thing.
my hand and it rolled a 10. And I'm like, dang.
All right, your speed is 30, but you can fly as well. So are you
Uh,
flying up or are you climbing up the tree?
no, they're
But
just
she
gonna
can. He can
fly.
fly.
Yes, they are made of bugs.
Yes.
And
Awesome.
yeah, they can fly. They have a fly speed of 20 feet. So they are flying because.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Wow. Shit.
Yeah. There's that percentile.
All right, so you would need to be here. If and are you going 10 or 15 feet up?
15.
Alright, so that is about the max that you can go in this tree.
Okay.
And it's precarious where it is.
Okay.
Alright, so go ahead and click next if you're finished. Zarel, you are up.
Alrighty. I want to put a gravity well out here in the bushes.
Ooh,
I
you must be
know, right?
special.
Um,
Shit.
so 3 squares behind
What's the
this person.
radius?
It's 20-foot radius. 3 squares behind this guy that's directly across from Serena.
Alright, and if you could share that for me.
You want
Let
me
me
to
see.
share it for you?
Smell.
Okay. Paizo.
Dude,
There you go.
little contents for what?
Gravity. Okay,
Off
let's
of it.
see. Does not have it. Alright, so let's go back to what we just did.
Go to that thing. It's Alien Archive. It's supposed to be in.
Alright, so this is a, let's see, 20-foot radius. That's 10. 15. 20-foot radius. There we go. Alright, so you said you wanted it where? Because it's,
3 squares to the right of the person who is directly across the path from Serena. So kitty corner, like 45-degree angle from me. There's a dude.
so you want it there?
No, I want it behind the dude that's above that. Like 2 or 3 squares behind him. No, go back down. Down. And then go 3 squares behind this dude.
I don't understand which one this is.
Don't.
What are you talking about? Can you
Okay, go
point
straight.
to it?
Go straight down from there. 1 block. Right there.
Okay.
Dude, you keep moving
He
more than 1
said
block.
pointing at a corner, an intersection of 4 squares.
Yeah, well, I was pointing in the middle of the square, but he went to the intersection, so.
Right, because it's a 20-foot radius, so it branches out from here in 20 feet in every direction.
Then go up 1 then.
And
Go up 1 intersection. Ooh. Can we move it over 1 more to the left? So we can get the guy up top too?
You just big and big and big, don't you?
Mm-hmm. My goal is to get 2 of them. Thank you.
all right, so it reads You alter the gravity in an area, making a central point of high gravity that pulls creatures toward it. Each creature in the area, when the spell takes effect, is knocked prone unless it makes a reflex save. Do you have a reflex save? Has it been
Of course she does.
coded for you?
Yeah.
Who did?
All right. So you can target the two of them and drop it on them. Let's see if they make the save. All right, so 28 did not. He is prone. Do you have the prone effect?
No.
All right. All right, so which is which here? This is 28 down here. Okay, so the bottom one is the one who failed, so he is prone. Boink. I'm going to say he's pulled out of the tree, and
Mhm.
because it's only 10 feet, but because he's falling, I'm going to say he's going to take falling damage.
I love that
What's
for
falling
him.
damage? We haven't had that before. Gravity over time
Well, if
squared.
you fall out of a tree 10 feet, you're going to get hurt.
Yeah, I know. I've done that
Saying.
before. Just fell on my head.
Go. So he took a little bit of damage from falling from the tree. He is prone. Any creature that starts its turn in the area must make another reflex save or be drawn to the area. All right, so how high is this point?
What do you mean, how high is the point?
Do you want it to be ground level? Do you want it 20 feet up in the air? Anywhere in
Ooh, I want it to
between?
be ground. I want it to be ground level.
All right.
Why?
Yeah.
So all these leaves and trees and stuff are being pulled into this
Yep.
gravity well as you hear the trees being ripped up and pulled in. Small
It's a pretty potent gravity
rabbit-like
well. I'm assuming.
animals.
Mm-hmm.
The little dog creature you saved gets sucked in.
Oh, well.
His eyes bulge out as the gravity
Collateral
takes
damage.
effect.
That's right. His body stretches out into a singular
All right, are
line
you
of
moving or anything else?
molecules.
I am not, but, um, what's her face?
Oh, what's her face?
Arachnid. Arachnid is
Okay,
going to move to the guy that's just above 5 or head toward his direction.
here's the water.
I was just whispering you about that.
Ooh, somebody redeemed water. Nice.
I
Way to
wonder who
go,
it
Manta.
was.
Awesome.
There you go. Water has been drinking.
Drinking.
All right, and boink. Joker's chosen the cruise. Says happy late Thanksgiving, everybody. All right, so here's
Jokers.
Ara. Where do you
Very cool.
want him? Oops, where do you want him to go?
To that guy that is just north of 5
All right, so she doesn't have to worry about 10,
She's got
15,
40 move.
20. She doesn't have to worry about the difficult terrain because for her it's not. And she is able to climb up to 10 feet to the tree, so she will be able to get to him. And let me remove, turn off, skip turn. All right, is she attacking?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Oh, come on.
All right, so this little tarantula-like creature crawling up the tree, attacks, and didn't have him targeted. Let me throw it on him. And as a hit, let me zoom in quick and
Do it now?
Yeah, I don't remember if it works, but go ahead and do the damage. Nice. Does not.
That was a hefty bite. Way to go, Ara.
Love that for her.
All right.
Ara
Nosy bites
rocks.
into him,
Ara rocks.
and that's it. All right, top of the next round. Nosy, your spell goes off, so now you were saying you wanted to get. Let me minimize this spell. Boink. Go to the notes.
Ow.
Go to. Actually, Nosy should have in her character as well. Summon creature list. Click. All right,
I'm gonna do
so
the. I'm
from
doing the
the
crest eater. Oops, sorry. Doing three incarnations of the chest crest eater.
okay,
And
so
we'll
you
put the
should
image
have
of
that
that bad boy up.
in your gear under
I can find it now.
allies.
But now a question for you:
You
are
do.
all of my creatures the same as far as stats?
No,
Not damage, but stats. No.
your the
Yes,
air
okay,
elemental is
well,
totally different than a crest eater, and the ape beast is totally different than both of those.
I couldn't hear you. Can you, or whatever one's the best one? Can I have that? I can't.
It all depends.
I've got
They're all strong in different areas. Crest
right.
eater eats bones and uh, weakens marrow and stuff. The earth elemental can fly and trash things, and it's
Just between the crest eater and the ape.
the ape is level 4, so the
Oh, only
he's
level four.
he's
Okay.
better. He's
Okay.
stronger than
I'm
the
going to
level
crest.
threes.
Right. Obviously, but I'm not showing the. I'm not showing my crest eater information here.
It's under your gear and the um,
Here.
allies. All right, so you're getting 3
Here
crest
and
eaters.
allies.
1,
That's weird. Okay, so there
2,
will be the pictures of them, crest eater, and blah, blah, blah. I think the crest eater would be the best
3.
one for this.
All right,
Okay, so I
so
got the
he
page on the
is
crest eater.
click
Yes, a little bit. Okay, that's it.
neutral. Show him. All right, so where do you want them?
Okay, I want them. They have to be within. What was it? The distance? I forgot. Let's see. Crest eater.
Your range is pretty much this entire map.
Oh, it is. Okay, so I'm gonna do three of them, and they're gonna be on the three that are farthest to the south and east. Three. The I don't know. I can't see what they're called.
All right,
Getting
so you
close here.
want
Yep,
them.
we have
There's 2 of them.
two
So the one on the very
28.
28's right
There's three
here.
of them.
28's right here.
Yeah, the one there. Yep, and there's three of them.
So he's being sucked into a black hole.
Oh, he is. Okay, so never mind then. Let's not get him. So is the other one also to the north as well?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do that one, and then the one below that. Come back here. Yes, one right there, and then we're gonna put one on the farthest one out, all the way to the left of the map, a little bit south west. That guy right there.
This one.
Yes. Yep. That's it. Sweet.
Okay.
They get to attack on this round, right? As soon as they're there.
Yes, and you still have the rest of your turn as they come into being as you
Yes. Okay.
finish your
I'm going to be.
spells. And with
Okay,
this,
so I have. Oh, what's that? What's that?
you see these
How do I
plants
get
and
a
different
drawing?
things start forming together, and these huge, well, not huge, but these creatures, um,
How do I get? I'm in some sort of
they
a.
are large. I don't know why it keeps doing it. Here it is. Here's a picture again. So they form together and
Crest eater. Dun dun dun. Come on. Oh. Okay,
these
here we go.
different dust motes and things start form
Okay,
together and they appear in front of them.
I have some sort of a Twinkie looking thing on my. Looks like a dry erase or something.
On your what?
On my pointer. It looks like a little coffin or a Twinkie that's white or something. It's following
Okay,
me out of it.
do you see the top of the image where it says toggle toolbar?
Yeah.
Click
Well, I
that
don't know
so you can see the stuff
which
down
one it
below
is.
it. Do you see all the
All right,
little pictures?
oh, which one's toggle?
So you should see there's a lock, like a padlock.
No, no, I don't know. I'm at the top here. Hold on. No, no, come on, man. It won't let me go up that fire. Oh,
It's on the same level as the
I
name
think
of
I
the map.
screwed myself. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can get this damn thing to do what I want to do. There we go. Okay, so I'm closing the toggle toolbar. There we go. Okay, now it's still there. Oh, I see.
So now one of those icons should match what you're seeing, and if you click it, it'll go away.
It's an eraser. There's nothing here.
This eraser mode is the third one in. Zoom to fit, draw mode, eraser mode. Click
I'm
that.
not okay. I picked the wrong ones and I picked the wrong locations. That worked. All right, there we go. All right, so moving down to let's move. Trying to get it so that I'm in the most amount of creatures here. There is probably the best. Anything within 50 feet. So I'm not sure where that
All right, so you're
piece of
moving
where
down.
here.
Okay.
Probably I got 30 feet, right? Yeah. Go ahead and move me. See where I am. Little spider web of and am I getting any closer? Am I crap? All right, a little bit closer then. Let's go right there. What's that do? 65, 45, 30, 55, 55.
What are you trying to do?
I have a spell that will go 50 feet if I can get as many as I can into an. So if I get within 50 feet of as many as I can. I was four up where I was. Right now I'm one, two, three, four is still. So let's see. If I go
Right
this
now
way.
you have three
I mean,
people. 30 foot, 35 feet. Actually, no, you
no,
only within 50 feet.
I
Yeah, there's four.
okay. I'm confused. Am I using Nosy or am I using my master? Which am I doing right now? Doing Nosy, right?
Yes, you're doing no see.
Okay. So how much more? She has 40 feet, I think, or something. Let me see.
You should only have 30.
Oh, 30. Then I got to back up a little bit. Let's see. I was here. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I said 5 more feet, right? Go this way. Would that do it? All right, see, we'll go right there. Let's see if that works. Come on, right. And one, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6 of them. Okay, so I have a spell that is a slow spell, and it is one creature per level moves and acts slower. So it's 1 round per level. Okay, 1 round per level. So I have 11 rounds effective
So go ahead and share the
attacks.
spell.
Okay. That work? I skip the piezo. Okay. Affected creature moves and attacks aggressively lower rate. Creatures affected by this spell are staggered and can only take only one single action or standard action per turn, not both. It can't take full actions.
All
So the
right, so do
creature
you
moves
have
at
the
half
saving
half
throw
its normal speed.
target
Uh,
on
hold on.
the spell
I'm sure I do. Let me see.
coded?
Yes, I do. Yep.
All right, so go ahead and click it.
It's going to apply to all of them or each individual.
All right, so
It's doing.
do you have an
Should be
effect?
6 of them.
Is there an effect coded?
No, this is attack and cast, and then CL. See. Target all.
All right, so
And the little guy is there, if that's any help. Oh, can I just drag him to the different people? Or they're all separate. They're all separate. 1, 2,
slow.
3,
Okay.
4,
So
5,
yes, you do have an effect. You have
6. Awesome.
creatures are staggered. So the ones that saved is 15 and 2. So that's 2.
So the two that were unmarked by you.
Fucking hell.
What was that?
It's that emergency alert thing going off again.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's gone off, what, 4 times now?
What is it for a child?
Older woman with dementia.
Oh, okay.
That's
All right. So now click the little man.
little man. Okay, I'm clicking the little man. All right. I clicked him
There you go. So
eight
those
times, 4
4 are,
times.
nope, it's all done. You've targeted them all and they're all staggered.
Sweet. Awesome.
Clear
I
targets.
think that is everything. That's my turn. That's it.
All right, so 28 is staggered. So Zarael, go ahead and drop the save on him again.
Okay. That's the one further south, right?
Yes.
Okay. Save. Where are you?
Can only take a single move or standard action each turn, but not both. Can't take full slowed creature move at half its normal speed.
Fails.
Okay, so you failed. So none of that matters because he is instead 15 feet closer to the center. And he is now adjacent to the center. So he's going to have a -2 penalty to the save going forward. And the duration is 1 round per level. Okay.
Nice. That's 11 rounds. Woohoo. My muscles are not cooperating today.
All right, so we have 22. All right, so he pulls in, and as he sort of grabs onto the tree, but the tree itself uproots and pulls in as he is getting pelted by all these different things being pulled into this gravity well, turning to mulch behind him. And so the thing sees this creature appear in front of him. Um, Nosy starts walking toward him. Let's see if he noticed that it was her that cast the spell. Athletics, Intimidate, and Piloting, so he does not have anything special for Perception. So that is a good thing for you.
Indeed, it is.
Perception, and so a drink. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize you guys were selected. You can just close that out or roll it. Doesn't matter. Clear this out.
I'm
Okay.
like, I thought he was rolling for it, but I must have missed something. Just
Yeah,
immediately
18
hit
is
the
not going
button.
to be enough. So he doesn't know what you, but you are closer than Zarael. Let's see if he's intimidated. This thing is hissing at him, roaring at him. So I'm going to say there's a 30% chance high that he attacks it. Otherwise, he's going to keep going toward his target. Nope, so he's going to go after Nosy.
Was Nosy his original target?
And it doesn't even come close. He's too distracted by this weird creature that just showed up.
Ow, ow, ow.
Alright, here we go. I'm going to do the same thing.
Wow.
22. Where did my... Here it is. I don't think 22 is going to be enough for your level. Let's see. Skills check. 15 plus... Nope, that's it. That would be 27. So he... It is not possible for him to notice. So let's see if he's going to shoot you or... Yes, he's going after you.
Are we sure that's allowed? Are we saying it's allowed?
That is a hit, so no see a
Oh,
acid dart slams into you, starts
no.
burning away.
No.
Alright, so again, he won't notice the thing, so let's just see if he can... He is going after the creature. So he's no longer shooting Zarel or Nosy, he's shooting this creature. As a hit. Alright, so go ahead and drop the save on 2. He's in the other tree. As he sees his friend getting pulled into the middle, he's desperately trying to grab on and hold himself. Zarel?
That's above him, right?
Yes.
Right there. And save. Oh, darn.
Alright, so he saves. Um, he also was not prone, so he had saved the first time. Any creature starts its turn. We draw here. The movement approach opportunity creatures adjacent to the spell's origin point. Alright, so he's going to get out of there. So he's going to crawl down. 10, 20. Alright, so he uses his movement to move there. And his action to move there. They're not the fastest things in the world. Alright, Fievel, he sees this thing moving up to him. So he is going to shift his focus to this guy. He's going to move up. He's out of ammo anyway.
Can't be good.
So he's going to use his tactical sky sword. Six on the die is still a hit. Almost max damage. Very nice. As this thing just burns into him. All right, so the one that Aura is fighting, I'm going to say it's going to be an easy perception for him. So let's roll it and see if he notices this spider on him.
How big is Aura nowadays?
10 plus your level is 11, so it's 21
She's
and a
not that
half.
big.
It's still a 26. Yeah, so he misses. He
She's
does
like,
not see it. She's still
She's
the
not
size
that big.
of a maybe half again the size of a tarantula. So her body itself was maybe 6 to 8 inches long, and then the legs coming out from that.
oh, really? That's pretty big then.
All
If
right.
you're in your living room, it scared the bejesus out of you.
So he's going to take his shot at Fievel. And a second shot. 3 and a 4 is not going to cut it.
Wow. Got lucky on that one.
Yeah, they have not been rolling very well for the most part. A couple of them have hit, but not very many compared to what could have been. Alright, so the one fighting Serena is going to take a full attack action. Alright, so this is not with his rifle, so he's at a full -4. That is a miss. And a second
I'll be
miss.
back.
Alright, and then the rest of his negative stuff goes away. Serena. So he swings at you twice, and you're able to easily duck and weave out of the way.
He's still targeted. Okay, trick attack. First of all, did that work? No. Okay. There we go. Should we do it right? Success? Yes. So off target. Did that work? Off target. Yeah, cool. All right, here we go. Come on, baby. Nice. Okay, so I apply the trick attack. Then we go. Go. Come on, baby. No, that sucked. 33. Partially resisted, set heavy. Nice. All right, not too bad. And that is all for her, I think.
Alright, so you slice into him with your solar blade. This one is was moving toward Dendron, who flew up into the tree, so he's just going to keep moving. But that's all he can do is move up with this terrain. It does not bode well for slow moving creatures. Alright, so finally one of the crest eaters gets to go. Alright, so they are 10 feet up in the air, so they would need to shoot their venom spit.
Why are they 10 feet up in the air?
The Marines, their targets.
Oh,
They're
okay.
hiding in trees.
Okay, got it.
But let me fix him first. Let's see. Blink. Size is 10. There we we go. All right, so I've got it here. So he's gonna spit 2 on the dice as a miss.
It's almost a 20.
All right, there's a rail. It's not back yet, so come back to her. Dendron.
No problem.
Well, let's see. I think, now that this guy's no longer going for them, Dendron is going to go ahead and honestly probably still shoot them. I think they're going to switch to their zero pistol though, and I can switch weapons as a swift action. Uh, so they're going to just make a full attack against them and hope it hits. Do they have any cover from where I am? Because we are above them.
You're shooting at him.
Yeah.
I would say no.
Okay. Cool. Let's hope this hits. Well, that's rough.
You said you're doing full attack. That means you get a second attack.
Yes, it is. Bruh. I think I need to
5 and
change
an
my
8 on
dice.
the dice. It's not quite enough.
I think I need to change my dice.
The first
This
one
is
misses. The second one hits him but doesn't pierce his armor.
yeah, and then Dendron's gonna try to like go back into the cover of the tree,
All right.
and that is their turn.
All right. So do you have the crest eater pulled up? Are you ready to roll his attack?
Yeah,
All right. So roll venom
it's
spit.
melee, right?
No, they're spitting at these guys in the trees.
What's
3
a
on.
range attack? I just rode the wrong one then. But if it's supposed to be a bite, it's supposed to be. I didn't realize it was
Correct.
spit.
Either
I'm gonna
way,
roll a
3 on the
spit.
dice would miss. So go ahead and
Are you
do
sure?
the next one.
Got it lined up?
Yes.
Here we go.
Well, we can't. So it doesn't matter. There we go.
Hell yeah.
All right. So
Woo.
that is a hit. Go ahead and roll the damage on that. So what happens is
I think it's
they take
gotta do that.
constitution damage from the venom spit.
Did it work? It's not working, is it?
Are you targeting them?
So
No,
he can't.
Sven's supposed to be targeting.
It's not possible to do both because these are summoned creatures. But they he takes 2 constitution damage. So this is 6 because it was a critical. Where is number 6? 14, 6. Okay. Open this up. Nope. Defense. Alright, so that means it would be, since it's 2, it would drop him down by 1, plus he would get, no, I'm looking at the wrong guy. Corpse Folk Marine 6, here it is. Alright, gotta do some math. As his constitution drops,
Oh, wait a minute. This creature, since it's at CR4, that's not, it's the level, or is that something else?
that's a challenge rating, is what that's considered.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, so he's going to take, let's see, he is 7, and so he has almost 20, so it'll be about 14. Alright, so I'm going to say this does, in essence, 20 points of damage, and it lowers his constitution.
Lowers it by 1 point. Right.
Correct. It'll be 2 this time because he got a critical. So what this is doing is
Okay.
he's reaching out as this stuff is burning into his bones, and you see some of his bones are starting to wither away and collapse. Um, these things spit and then drain the marrow from the creatures they eat. And since these are undead, uh, they don't like it.
Very nasty.
I think living creatures also wouldn't like it.
Crest Eater's bite delivers a magical venom that dissolves certain minerals in a victim's body, liquefying that creature's bones. Each bite attack that deals damage also deals 1 constitution damage. A target. So, against undead, this is particularly nasty. Alright, top of the next round. Fievel is in hand-to-hand combat with this guy. As his sword lashes out, he is going to do a full attack.
Did I do all 3 creatures or just 2?
You did all 3. So his first attack is a fumble. So let's see if it's going to end up being critical fumble. Nope, with a 26, no problem. Second attack is a hit.
Ooh, special.
28 damage, not bad. That's why I like the full attack. So at least he hit once. Alright, so these Marines have been taking a licking. Oh, I'm sorry. So now that Zarela is back, go ahead and take your turn.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna let Ara do her thing. I'm not gonna do anything.
Okay.
So has she got him targeted?
She does, but again, it doesn't. I don't think it matters. I don't think it's going
Okay.
to matter because I still have to drag it onto him, I believe. Go ahead
Okay.
and roll it. That's a hit.
Christ.
Yay.
$14 damage. Could have gotten lower, but not by much. Alright, so now we're going back to the top of this round as he now knows she's there.
Surprise.
Tickle, tickle,
Sorry.
tickle.
He's going to attack her. However, he also is going to need to do,
Misses, stabs himself in the arm.
as he tries to punch at her with his electrical fist. Boof, this pulse comes out and zaps her. Um, he's going to need to do a acrobatics. Nine. So he falls out of the tree. He's only 5 feet up, but he drops down out of the tree, and Ara goes with him. So he's now on the ground. Let's see if we can do another acrobatics to see if he lands on his feet or if he falls. 16 is not enough, so he is also prone. He did not do a full attack, so he uses his move action to stand, and he's done. All right.
They're still being affected by the slow, correct or not?
He is slowed. Okay, you're right. So he's still prone then. Good catch. Good catch.
Good job.
Blink. There you go. He's now prone. All right. So one. Where did he go? There he is. He is not affected by spell, so he's attacking her. Twice. See if we can get higher than a. Nope. It's an 8. Come on. Alright, and 12 is still a miss. As he
Hits
just
himself.
cannot hit this mobile elf. Alright, so this guy is. So go ahead and hit the modifier -2, Roberta.
Me -2.
Yep, and a modifier but -2, and then drop the save on him. As he's acorns and vines smack into him as he's trying to right himself.
I thought he got a -2.
Right, so that's why you put it in a modifier -2 and then roll. There you go.
Wouldn't it be a +2? Because it's a
Alright, so it
-2 to
didn't
him.
show up that way, so let me do this and see if that helps. So what is the DC? Oh, let's see, DC is 21, so -2 would have been 21, so he still would have saved.
Okay.
As he finally is able to stand up. So he uses his full movement action to stand up, and that's all he can do, so he's no longer prone, but he's still there. Nothing else has changed. He's still staggered from the slow. Dang it, I keep closing the combat tracker. Alright, let me check the slow again. Slow, do they get saves? Does not look like they get multiple saves, so he is slowed until it ends. Okay. It's all fun and games until it happens to you guys. That's alright. Add it to my list of spells to use against you. Alright.
This is only the second time I've used this spell since I had it.
So this guy
I
is
mean,
gonna
hey, you're using it.
shooting Zrael again. I'm gonna say there's a 30% chance again. High for nope. So he's still going after Nosy. 4 on the dice is a miss.
Hmm.
Second shot. Another 4. Okay. Same thing. There you go. So he's gonna switch. He didn't like this thing right in front of him trying to spit acid. Oh, he's the one that got hit by the acid anyway, so that only makes sense that he would switch targets. He is slowed, So he can not do a full attack. He's just doing one attack. And that is a hit. What is a hit? It didn't affect you guys. He is not slowed, so he is going to shoot full attack at the Crest Eater in front of him. First acid bullet hits. The second one is enough to take him out as it roars after the first one. It rears up and he's able to shoot it, and it hits right in his throat. This acid burns into it, and it drops and collapses and sort of goes back into these moats, pile of leaves and things as it goes away. But again, that is a critical that did not affect you guys. So
Woo.
still a win.
Ooh.
All right, so number 2, fighting Fievel. He is not staggered. Pulse Gauntlet to the face. Miss. What you call crit fishing, hoping for a critical hit, because 14 is still missing.
That.
Dendron.
Uh, honestly, Dendron hasn't hit yet. So I think they're going to try to do the same thing as last time, and do a full attack against dude that's coming up on Serena.
Yeah. There you go. That's how it rolled, man.
Let's see. Changed my dice. That works better. That works better.
Nice color.
Mm-hmm,
Nice
mm-hmm.
color. Yeah, sparkly.
Okay. And Dendron is going to go ahead and don't know if it'll work. But they're going to go ahead and try to use Spell Siphon. After you deal damage to a creature within 30 feet, you can spend 2 resolve points to as a reaction to drain a portion of that creature's magical energy.
Alright, so give me a. Here's his ID. So this is a. Why am I not here? Undead. Mysticism. Give me a mysticism check, Dendron.
Okay.
Can I give you a mysticism check?
Dendron is almost as good as you, because he's a spell weaver, or spell breaker? Spell brawler. He's a spell
Spell
brawler.
Brawler.
Okay, fine.
Plus 13. He's not quite as good as you, but he's close.
Plus 25.
27.
Plus 25. Oh, oohs and ahs, no nothing.
Alright, so you would know that these things do not have any kind of magical ability. They have they don't have any kind of spell casting or innate magical ability besides being
Okay.
undead themselves.
All right.
Okay. That's fine.
So I don't know if that's a daily thing or how often you can use it, but it wouldn't do anything
It
to this guy.
uses resolve points, but it does say if the creature can't cast spells or spell-like abilities, this ability has no effect and you regain the resolve points expended. So it
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
hurt to try. which is
Cool.
really nice.
Sounds cool.
And
Um,
that doesn't have to be a melee attack. That can be a ranged attack too.
it says within 30 feet.
Nice.
So doing
Cool.
a melee attack 30
All
feet
right. So
away
you.
might be a bit weird.
So what do we see?
I think Dendron is still like kind of nestled in the leaves of this tree, and they mostly just the head and the gun poke out. And this guy, like, I guess he probably like trips on the foliage a bit. So one shot hits, the other just kind of brushes right past his shoulder. Uh, and when it hits, Dendron just kind of like narrows their non-existent eyebrows a little bit, and then it just doesn't work. Also, let me check. This guy's speed is reduced by 10 feet for a round.
Nice.
Because I hit him with a cryo weapon.
So
Anyway,
if he was down to 10, then that means he can't move, right?
yeah.
Okay. He might be down to 10.
All right. So as you slam into this thing, and the cryo weapon oozes into its system, he goes to take a shot. Take a slice at Serena. He's flanking.
Oh no.
A bastard.
He still has a broken rifle. As a 16 misses, so again he's just crit fishing.
One. He did get a crit, just wrong
And
kind.
that is enough. 87 means that he gets the roll on the chart. So he gets rock in your boot. You step up to take a swing at an enemy, but you stumble and miss after putting all your weight on the pronking rock that somehow managed to get in your boot. Take 1 point of non-lethal damage.
There's a snake in your boot.
There's a snack in my boot.
Alright, Serena.
Rena.
You barely even
Okay.
notice the guy behind you as he's flailing away and tripping and dying and getting frozen.
Okay. I would be aware of him though, because I'm awesome. Okay, she's gonna do her trick attack. And let's see.
And Atomic is out.
Atomic. She's in full time 3. I think she would be aware enough to
Night
do her
Atomic.
solar
Sorry.
later to do her solar explosion supernova where she is, and it won't affect. Shouldn't
Yes,
affect me at all,
she's
right?
15 feet up. If you're talking about Dendron is 15 feet up, so it will not affect him.
Right. Okay. Well, it's a fairly large spell, though. Something I have to throw into the thing. Yes, when you put them.
So just target the two of them.
All right, hold it.
Yeah, one already targeted, so target the other one.
Yep. Okay.
And then you should have a.
And where's my spells? Page. There we go. Come on, baby. All right, so cast.
Yep, and then damage.
There you go. Damage. Oh, baby. That's it, right? They both get the same amount of damage.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's.
Sweet.
What does it look like? What do we see?
She kind of closes in on herself a little bit. Withdraws. It looks like she's withdrawing, and then this black energy flares out from her and She can aim it within like 20 feet of her. A nice big blast of supernova energy, doing let's see, 5d6 fire damage, and she gets to do that every 3 rounds because she's solar attuned or proton attuned. Anyway, that's it.
All right, and 3.
Let's see.
Perfect. All right, so you
What
said
she
it was a
do?
black.
Are we allowed to know if the creatures have a CR? I would know that, wouldn't I? If I'm nosy.
I didn't. What was the rest of your question? Have a CR what? You want to know what their
CR
CR is?
of 8 or lower
Give me a mysticism check.
is my favorite.
Yes, You know that they are challenge rating 7.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to cast Fear 3. I will
You
dump that
also
into the
know
thing.
that they are undead,
And
and
okay,
as such, if you look at the notes under immunities
description. Where's immunities?
and notes,
Oh, notes.
they're immune to mind affecting effects.
Then that would mean I would be doing the spell, would it? If I knew that. Okay, I'm going to change it to a different spell then, or something.
Okay.
See what I got to do. Uh, how about? So I can't do slow again because they'd only take once per thing. I'm going to do psychokinetic strangulation.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Okay. Pick level 3. Does immobilizes target and deals 3d8 damage per. Awesome. Okay, it ranges 25 feet plus 5 feet per level, which is duration is 1 round per level. Okay, so that's 11. Okay, I shall do that. I'll pick which one I want. Where am I? I'm gonna go with. It has to be 50 feet. So how far is that guy? Right? Is 45 feet. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do the whatever that number is right there. 14. Number 14. Strangulation.
All right.
Targeted yet. There we go. All right. And so it says there's no rolling here. It just says shaken, frightened, or panicked. It just happens automatically.
So it says each round you concentrate on a spell takes a damage, and each round the spell affects a target. The target can attempt a fortitude saving throw to half the damage and avoid being immobilized.
Choose one of these things and it automatically happens.
So the first round, um, so you have it. So there should be a spell save. Go ahead and drop that on. I mean, roll that,
You roll it.
and then roll damage.
Damage. I'm not seeing damage. See attack.
All right,
Full
that's
save. Oh, it's way down here. Okay, damage. No, it's not. Cast an attack. No damage in this thing. That's weird. What am I under? We're under panic, frightened, or shaken. You said panicked, right? It's either shaken, frightened, panicked, or staggered. Which one was it?
None of the above. You're looking at
The wrong thing.
psychokinetic
Panic.
strangulation.
All right.
It's a fortitude save, so it's this one.
So yeah. So
And then roll the damage.
come on, baby. Holy crap, that was sucky. 3d8
All right.
bludgeoning, and that's all she can do, right? I mean, could she move now or no?
Can you? No, she can move. Yes.
Okay, she's gonna move then. She's going over here somewhere. Right about there. That's it.
So are you not going to maintain the spell, the strangulation spell?
Yes, I am. I can't move.
You can, but you're running up to the different guy.
Yeah.
You're strangling him, and you're gonna run up and
Right.
fight.
Yes, I'm helping out Fievel.
Okay.
Is that what? Am I missing something? What is there something I cannot do? I can't not concentrate. Is that correct? I have to stay out of battle. In other words, because I'm concentrating. Yes, no, maybe.
I'm trying to see how the spell is worded. Each round you concentrate on the spell. So yes, you would not be able to concentrate on the spell and fight.
Okay, so I won't do that then. Can you undo that? What I did? Right. So I'll just I'm gonna head towards Zariel. Right there. A woman of action.
Okay. All right. So now you have one of the crest eaters. Go ahead and roll it. Let's see. This thing is a large creature. These are 10 feet up. I'm gonna say, if you want them to bite, they can move up to the tree and sort of like a bear, just move up it
Right.
and get close enough to where they can bite it, because they're only 10 feet up. So
Okay.
it's up to you.
That's yeah. These guys are pretty big. I will do.
Okay, so it lumbered forward. Go ahead and roll your bite.
Okay. Right. Come on, baby. Let's give it to me. That should be it. Is it a hit or a miss?
It was a hit.
Good. Awesome. Here we go.
So roll the damage. So again, it does con damage and nice max damage.
Nice. 14 and the critic and the constitution. Which is affecting what?
We have some raiders. Thank you. Pyros 967. Welcome, guys. We're in the middle of a fight with these. The crest eaters are actually on our side. We're fighting some corpse marines from the Eoxian Empire. The corpse fleet, to be
It's
exact.
not core.
No, it's the corpse, like the dead guy, and their fleet. And their fleet.
Isn't it spelled the same way?
No.
It's core. Okay.
No.
CORPS.
There's no E.
CORPSE. Corpse. Dead guy.
Oh,
Dead
okay.
guy.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Sorry.
Yep.
Continue.
As they try to save the universe and rescue the stellar degenerator. That's
Yes.
So that's what these lovely folk look like.
Lovely indeed.
Corpse folk marines. And they just had a birthday, November 10th. So
I don't think those guys get to celebrate that.
all right, so this crest eater comes clambering up the tree with its claws as the thing bends and creaks and bites into this guy, and it saliva starts eating into the bones and liquefying its calcium and this thing is not happy as he takes another point of Constitution damage.
What did
Zarel.
the Constitution do? What did the Constitution
Constitution
do?
helps your saving throws against poison and also determines your hit points and things. So every
Okay, cool.
2 points of Constitution that he loses, he's losing hit points.
Wow, cool.
And if you have to make any kind of saving throw, then he's getting hurt. It's harder for him. All right, Zarel.
What? No, just kidding. My spider's still alive.
Yes, of course.
All right, let's see here. Mind thrust this dude over here by 5 as soon as I find it.
He's gonna get bombarded with crap
Oh yeah.
because I just did it to him too.
Did you really? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
not mine. I did
Psychokinetic
strangulation.
Strangler.
Yeah, yeah.
The Darth Vader
This guy's
choke.
he's getting hurt.
Alright, so he fails. Let's see if he's going to survive. You
Holy
roll
crap!
all the dice.
Wow.
Lots of
Holy
ones in there.
Oh,
He is still up, but he is not. You see this fluids leaking from his eyes and from his ears
Yep.
it's just.
as he sort of rocks back. Where was he? Let's see, 2.
So what's happening to him? On the inside as well.
There it is. Yeah, it's a mind thrust, so she's
His
attacking
brain
him
has been
mentally. Yep.
attacked. Yep. Attacked his
All these
brain mentally
images
and
and sounds and things
He's
are
getting his bones
bombarding him.
eaten and his brain attacked.
yep.
Wow.
It's kind of gnarly looking.
A
As if he
picture of
wasn't before. But yeah.
the brains coming out. You have a picture of that?
All right, so after
Alright.
Aura. So Aura,
Right.
this is her companion right here. Tough little guy.
Girl. Girl.
Crawling all
Armor.
over this dude up here.
She hit.
Yes, 22 is a hit.
Bite.
He is on the ground and slowed.
You have poison and stuff?
As he takes
What? Why are you
19
laughing?
more points of damage, 14 more after
Wow.
the damage reduction. All right, and that brings up to Crest Eater 3. So your summoned creature. So these guys, Pyro 967 was doing Pathfinder. So this is
Ooh.
sort of similar. So they're familiar
Hit
with
or miss.
the concept of summoned creatures in Pathfinder.
Cool.
So
Is that a hit or a miss?
21. Let's see as it crawls up the tree. That is a miss.
All right. Fine, be
That's
that
it.
way.
As this thing is trying banging it with his rifle, keeping it down. So Pathfinder is made by the same people that do Starfinder. It's a little crunchier, it's a little more, even more number crunching and stuff than Starfinder does. And Pathfinder 2 just came out. but it looks like they were doing some old school Pathfinder. All right, so that's the end of round 5. As this one that was banging this guy, he's gonna climb down out of this tree. So that means you're gonna get an opportunity attack against him. So with the Crest Eater. So the same thing you just did a minute ago, do it again
Yep.
as he climbs
Okay.
down. So it does a hop out of the tree, onto the ground,
Did that roll?
moves over. It did not.
Did not. Okay.
And then punches this thing with his pulse gauntlet.
Oh.
And hits, sparks, and come out
Nice.
as the electricity
Nice.
surges. Gotta roll to see if you hit first.
I did. Thought it came out. Yeah, got 28.
That was him attacking you. Shrink.
I've rolled the bite thing twice at least. So there's nothing up there at all.
Where is offense? Three, so he's able to duck and dodge, swerve out of the way.
Okay.
Alright, so Fievel, our little rat man, Yusoki, is going to attack again, doing a full attack. 2 attacks at a minus. First one's a hit. As his Skyfire Sword finishes him off. Alright,
Nice.
so. And for those of you who haven't seen it, seek care. That is what it looks like. So, sort of a longer version of a lightsaber. A wider version. As his Skyfire Sword. It's a plasma weapon. Slices into him, burning him. As he crumbles and collapses. Alright, so this guy is going to do the same thing. So go ahead and pull up your Crest Eater and roll an attack on number 6 as he climbs down out of the tree as well.
You got him lined up.
10, 15.
There you go. Come on, baby. Ah, that might be a miss. It's gotta be a miss, right? 18.
He is slowed, but that's still a miss. That's
Yeah.
all he can do because he is
Passed.
slowed.
Okay.
And gotta zoom back out. Here he is. All right, so fighting Serena. So he is off target because of you. As he slashes out with his punches you with his pulse gauntlet. And you're able to easily duck out of the way. Punches again, full attack. Whoosh, whoosh. 11 is not going to even come close. As you're able to easily parry and knock him aside with your blade. Alright, so this one had just killed the big creature below him. As it fades away from the magic, he looks around for a target and sees Dendron in a tree. So he has partial cover.
See Dendron up in a tree. Hiding.
But a 6 is
I
not going
didn't
to be
count the
enough to
letters.
hit
It's
it.
fine.
You're not well.
As this swarm of bugs avoids the acid dart that shot at them. And 28. Alright. Roberta, go ahead. This guy is now standing up, but he is slowed. So go ahead and roll the damage. He has a -2. So so it doesn't matter. We'll just do it mentally. Go ahead and roll the save on him. See if he does it.
Oh, where did I go with that? Oh,
He
he fails.
fails. All right, so he is now prone again.
Nice. Nice.
Gravity well. All right. Yep.
The gravity well is doing damage to him.
No, it's locking him down
Oh, okay.
where he can't shoot. He can't do anything else. All right, so here he is. He is punching Serena. 13 is a miss. Yeah, these things are just outclassed by this operative Solarian, drow elf, warrior, princess, Dendron.
He just keeps on saying more and more words. So Dendron's
It's
over
still
here,
not enough.
and they notice that Serena looks a little unhappy about being flanked. So they are going to go ahead and lay down some covering fire. And Dendron has a feat that instead of uh, the regular benefits of covering fire, I can grant a ally a +4 bonus to their next acro check to tumble. Uh, so they are going to go ahead and make an attack, and that's an attack against. I wrote
Don't
it
forget
down.
you guys have your +15 to any roll, not
Mm,
damage, but attack rolls or saving throws or stuff like that. And there's 19 minutes left, so use them
cool.
while you got them.
Uh, so it's a range attack roll AC 15. So let's go ahead and see if that works. Just oh my god. I was about to say I just have to not roll a 2 or lower and I rolled a 1. So
It's all good. It's all good. It was the thought that
so
counts, and it was
it
wonderful.
missed. But maybe it was distracting, who knows. Uh,
All right. Anything else?
nope.
All right. So the Crest Eater. So this thing is now on the ground with him. Go ahead and roll your attack, your bite attack.
Oh, baby. No, that's not. Is that correct? Did I roll the correct one?
18
It's not going to do it, is it?
is a miss.
Oh, miss. It's a miss. Okay.
All right. As As we zoom out and come back in on these guys up here, as it tries to take out this. So it is prone and staggered. So it's just going to turn and try to punch Aura, as it is not having a good day. It's currently being strangled.
Nice.
And it missed. Rolled a 1, so let's see if it's a critical failure or not. It needs to get higher than a 77. It did not. 76, rather. Serena.
Okay. So she now on tumbling. What's the rules on that? What is the special kind of move it is?
So,
Okay.
because you use acrobatics for your trick
Yeah.
attack, then that
Right.
would apply to your trick attack. Tumbling would be if you wanted to get out of there without provoking an attack of opportunity. But in your case, you
Oh,
use
what?
trick attack, so you can just do it a +4 in the modifier and do your trick
Okay.
attack.
Well,
Oh,
my
I see.
thing didn't work.
Oh, that's right, it didn't work. So
Well, yeah.
never
But
mind.
if it had worked, then it's what you would
Yes.
do. Okay, sweet.
Yep.
All right. So where am I allowed to go then? I only go one square, correct? So I have to go
You can
to.
do a 5-foot step. Um, well, you're doing different things. So if you're gonna do a trick attack, then you can't do a 5-foot step.
Okay, I'll just do a trick attack.
Okay.
It's fine. Un
You can
momento.
move as part of your trick attack, but you would provoke
Right.
opportunities.
No, let's not do that. Okay.
Actually, no.
Two
It
trick attack.
says so because you have uncanny mobility, you do not get an attack from the target of your trick attack. So only one of them will get
Oh,
an opportunity attack if you decided to move.
I get to pick which one.
Right. Whichever one you're attacking does not attack you back.
Right. I'm just gonna use it. Here we go. Oh, +4. You said.
No, there's no +4 because it didn't work.
Oh, that's right,
No,
because
it
it
didn't
didn't
work.
work. I'm sorry. I'm stuck on that. So wonderful.
I'm going to take away the fire.
Come on, baby. Come on. 32. Is that enough? 32 enough?
You didn't have the guy targeted. Which one were you doing the trick attack against?
The one below me. I've been attacking all along. That
20 plus the
reminding.
CR. Yes, that's enough.
Cool. All right. So I'm going to do the off target. Off target. Did it work? There we go. Alrighty. Come on, bite map. Let's do it. Hell yeah.
It's a hit.
Yep. Press the trick attack button. It worked. Here we go. Come on, man. That did not work. Come on. Is it not coming up? It's
Nice.
okay.
All right, so 47 damage. You slice across this thing. You're doing a quick tumble as it tries to track your movements, and you spring back the other direction, slicing up 47 points damage worth.
Nice.
Nosy.
She is going to be doing some shooting. Stay where she is, and see where. Yeah, the one near 5 will just. Would she have a disadvantage on that?
And by the way,
Oh,
so Serena,
he's
you
not.
could
Never
have
mind.
moved because you have spring attack. So if you want to move, you can move as long as you stay adjacent to the bottom one.
I can move one step to the right.
You can move all the way around him if you want.
Oh, Okay, so as long as I stay in in a square that is near him, I can move anywhere I want.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. How did I come back here? Is that me moving? Oh, yeah, that's somewhere in there's fine.
All right.
Okay, untarget everybody. Come on.
No see.
Okay. No
So
see.
you're strangling this guy. So go ahead and roll the save.
Okay. It, this is separate from what I'm doing, or because I'm struggling, I'm concentrating. This is what I do.
Correct. You're concentrating
So
on it. So you.
save for the strangulation. Is
Yep.
that work? Did come out? Come out? Yeah. Hell yeah.
Fortitude. Okay. And
I'm
then
good.
roll the damage.
Damage. Not too
All
bad.
right.
8.
So you can move if you would like.
Um, no, I think I'm pretty good. I'm within ranges, and yes, I'll stay there. I think that's all.
All right, Zarel.
Okay.
10 minutes left, guys. Don't forget to use your rolls.
Oh, that's right. Should do that.
What was that again? Because I already forgot.
Plus 15 to any attack or saving throw or skill check.
Ooh. Okay.
Right.
Hmm. So the guy is still standing that's got my spider on it.
Yes.
Let's give him a little bit of a thrust. Ooh, I didn't select that off last time. Hang on.
Now you are hurt as well. Don't forget.
Am I? That's okay.
Not into hit points yet, but you're almost out of your fatigue. All right. So you're doing another mind thrust. So go ahead and roll your damage. That should do it. He's not looking very strong. Even at half damage, it was enough.
All right, come on.
All
All right. So where do you want her to move?
Let's have her move back to me right now.
All right. Skitter, skitter, skitter. And number 9. So go ahead and do your bite attack. All right. So it's going to cut down the size. All right. At 23 is going to hit this time. So that is his 4th constitution damage. As he takes even more damage. This is number 6. As you see, several of his bones starting to liquefy. Number 6, here it is. 6. All right, round 7. We should have time for one more. As I will make it quick. As this guy, we've killed several of them now, so it's going to be even faster. Serena left, so he's going to move. 5, 10. And that's the most he can move. He cannot attack as well. Moving through these bushes.
Okay.
Number 6 is not liking this thing attacking him. He is staggered and slowed and now damaged. So all he can do is punch, but he does hit as hits his crest on his face and these horns. Electricity rocks, and the crest eater shakes its head as Fievel looks around and is going to move. He's going to run. All the way down to here, and that's all he can do. He's still in the tree. As he shoots at Dendron. This one hits, and he sort of adjusts the sights, slams, and they splash. There's a bunch of moths fall down to the ground, burning as they go from this acid.
Oof.
Serena.
Just kind of blows a hole right into Dendron.
Rena is going to be. So he's moved. I shall be doing a trick deck. And then I guess she'll attack the other one. Whichever one that is, the number 5, number 1. So on target and target. Oh, wait a minute. So she's been hitting number 1 all along, or has it been 15?
1.
I didn't.
One
Number
is
1.
way more
Okay.
damaged.
Right. But I would see what the condition is to wonder whether I should go powerful as opposed to the more damaged one, since you're there and Fievel isn't using any of his rifles because he's too close, right?
Correct. Fievel has his fire sword out.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and attack the one number 15.
Right. You have +1
Why?
because you're
That
flanking with. I mean +2. So go ahead and click FF.
FF. Okay. To the trick attack. Here we go. Trick attack. Oh yeah. Target. Come on, baby. Nice.
Very nice. And 19
Rest of them.
does not have a critical effect. So go ahead and roll your damage.
I just did it. One more time. I must be doing it too fast. Oh, that should be nice. Maybe. Not too bad.
All right,
44
points
points. Partially
damage.
resisted. We don't know how much the partially is, though.
Well, you see, you did 44, and the damage was 39, so it resisted 5 of it.
Okay. All right. Cool. Not too bad. I believe that is all for her. Perfecto. Fine. Thank you. No, see. Where is she? She's shooting. I'm a bit slow. Give me a sec. Oh, it's slow. Where'd the guy go? That guy died. Oh, he died. The one that she was shooting at. Hello?
Hello.
The one that she was shooting up to the northeast, that one, the the thing. There was something up there. Now I don't see anything. Is what I'm asking.
I don't know. Sven, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
It must be dead. There's nothing there. I'll just assume that. Okay. Let's go ahead and shoot field, force field, see if it's allowed.
Yeah, still can't hear you, Sven. Did you like mute your headset or something?
Taking a little nap.
Maybe
Technical
he just
difficulties.
left and came back into the Discord. His mic's just not working or something.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
And
I have no idea what happened.
welcome back. I was like, huh,
All
it's
right.
been oddly quiet for a bit now.
Yes, Zarael killed him,
Cool.
and the one you were choking is dead. If you
Okay,
didn't
so I
already, make
just
sure that you mark off that you used spells.
yes, I have been.
Okay,
The if the guy in the vortex, can I shoot him?
you can.
Okay, I'm going to do that. I have the lens pistol, so I'm gonna go ahead and move up. I guess it doesn't, as long as it was within a range. There's no disadvantage. It doesn't like go logarithmically down as it goes out. Right? Correct?
As long as it's within range, yes. For
All the
every
same.
range
So it doesn't.
increment, it goes out. It's a -2.
Right.
So what is
Okay.
the range on your pistol?
80.
Yeah, so you're fine. But you are at a minus if you move forward or up a little bit, then the bush will be gone.
Yes, I'll do that then.
These are
All
especially
right there.
moving and waving and because of this gravity,
Right.
so it's harder to see. But now you have a clear
Is
shot.
that good now?
Yep.
Okay. All right, cool. That's what I'm gonna do. Any pluses or minuses on this one or no?
It'll already be in there. You do have pluses because he's
Okay.
staggered and
Yeah. Sweet.
being pulled into this
Come on,
gravity
baby.
well.
Yes.
18 to gonna hit.
I should hope so. Not too bad. 15 on that. There we go.
All right,
Nice.
Dendron.
Okay. Um. Yeah, Dendron is going to go ahead and make a full attack against or full attack starting with number one, and we'll see if both attacks are going to them.
All right, so you have a he has cover against you, a partial cover.
Okay. Uh,
Are you
going to
using
go
your
ahead and use the
okay? So let's put 15 in the modifier.
okay, got P cover in there. Okay. Let's see if it hurts. Fucking better. Okay.
Very nice. 28 is a hit.
Roll the second one with P cover. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
It was a glowy dice
So
though.
roll
That
the
was cool.
damage for your first one, and then give me a percentile.
Okay. Oh, he's dead.
73, just barely missed it being a critical fumble.
Okay. It's fine. Well, the dead dude has 10 less movement speed.
All right,
And that's it.
22. All right, so this guy is trying to take out. He is not slowed, so he's going to do a double attack against this Crest Eater. Punch one, as this pulse comes out of his gauntlet, doing minimal damage. Punch two. There you go. He connects solidly, slams into this thing, and you see it shake its head. It growls, and now it attacks back and tries to bite him. And that is a hit. As this guy starts taking constitution damage. Max damage. And his friend bites the other guy. 4 on the dice, not going to make it though. Alright, Zarel. Last of the round.
Mm.
You got a
You
plus
got this.
15 bonus.
Is there anybody left alive?
There's
Okay, yeah. Right there by 5.
There's 5 of them. The one straight to your west, one almost directly
Straight to
down,
my west.
and then the guy being sucked off over to the east, and the
Shot at
He's
by
having a fun
Nosy
time over there.
and
and
the
shot up by Nosy
Wow.
as he's being held still.
two fighting the Crest Eaters.
Okay, so that's. What is my speed? 30? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And owie. Plus 15 to hit, right? That's
Correct.
Yes. If you don't hit, we're gonna have to ostracize you.
awesome.
You don't have anybody targeted yet. There you go. Perfect.
I was getting there. Good grief. Give me a moment.
He's impatient, you know.
Alrighty.
Them
Yeah.
general managers.
And I can't read. What is this? Ooh. I'm going to throw a grenade at him. How do I do that? Just throw?
That would DC the armor class to hit with a grenade is 5. So as long as you don't roll a 1, you're gonna hit. So you may want to use something else to use
Okay.
your bonus.
All right. Hang on. Bum, 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 bum. How about one of my pistols? Oh, here we go. I'll do my Thunderstrike Sonic pistol. My Sonic
Okay.
pistol Thunderstrike. Just put plus 15 in the modifier.
Yes.
Ooh, that's going to be fun. All right. My Thunderstrike. There we go. That's a hit.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. So it just blasts out, slams into him. Go ahead and do the damage again because 39 is a crit. I'm not sure why it didn't show up as such, but it's more than 10 over its armor class. So just, yeah. That's okay. 6 more. And then what's Aura doing?
She's just going to hang tight for a moment. Well, no, let's send her on over to the dude that's there by 5.
Alright, so 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. Plenty of time. Alright, so this is where we'll leave it, guys. More than half of these are dead. Most of them are wounded. You'll be able to mop them up next week, 2 weeks when we play again. Let's see,
Woo.
2 weeks is the 11th, so we're good. And then 2 weeks after that, we won't be playing because
Ah,
that's
because it's Christmas.
Christmas.
Surprise.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for those who stopped by, and for the new guys who showed up. Uh,
Yes, thank you for stopping by.
Pyro 967, appreciate the raid, and Engorgio for the sub. Thanks a lot. Don't forget to
Atomic from
like,
earlier.
subscribe, all that other happiness, and whatever else you do. Enjoy the rest of your day. Say goodnight, guys.
Good night,
Good
guys.
night,
Good night,
guys.
guys.